Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos, paid requests, this time for Alex. Thank you so much for that and for your kindness. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. I do have a CashApp, just people have asked about that. It could be for pretty much any type of video or movie review or tier list or ranking or topic, movie news topic, video game related, playing a game, an hour of a game, a full play, whatever the case. Feel free, I'll get to as soon as I can. And for those who've sent some, thank you. I really appreciate it. But Alex wanted me to Talk to Her, which more like this movie could talk to my ass, from 2002, which is a foreign film that for some reason won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. I have no idea how, but it once again shows me how full of it the Oscars are. Like, this won an Oscar for screenplay? Are you serious? Apparently I'm just not the right crowd. I'm just not the artsy-fartsy crowd. I love dramatic films. Well, it depends. The Shawshank Redemption I enjoy, and Pulp Fiction, and Forrest Gump, and it depends, but this, no. By Pedro Armadillo, whatever the hell his name is, who did The Skin I Live In with Antonio Banderas. I don't care what his last name is, Pedro. Vote for Pedro. No, I won't vote for this Pedro. I'll vote for the other guy and not Pedro. This, Pedro Armadillo. Which, no, I don't respect, because I don't respect the film. I don't need to. It's not my job. My job is to give an honest opinion. I think this film sucks. Because the subject matter was trying to say sucks, in my opinion. The acting's not bad. Is it a badly shot film? Nah, probably not. But the story? You have Marco, who's a journalist. You have Benigno, who's a male nurse. I'd rather watch Meet the Parents than this. They're both watching a dance theater, and one sees the other one crying. And a chunk of this film is in flashbacks, where Marco was supposed to be doing the story on this female matador. Her name is Lydia. And throughout, it goes back and forth between what's going on now and flashbacks to what's going on now, flashbacks. So through the collected flashbacks, she wants nothing to do with him, but then she's afraid of the snake, and Marco helps her out by killing the snake. Thankfully, they don't kill a real snake, because some horror films, well, not just that, but even Friday the 13th, 1980 did that, Sally. I don't like snakes, but you don't need to kill them on screen, so thankfully it doesn't do that. Just off screen, where you hear it but you don't see it. And they get to know each other a bit more, and they start to fall for each other a bit more, and they start to have a little bit of a loving relationship. So one thing leads to another. Lydia says, I'm getting ready to do my job. There's something I gotta tell you afterward. But she gets gored. The bull gets her ass. Which I'm like, if you don't mess with bulls, that's what you get. Don't mess with bulls. Because I heard that when they do stuff with bulls, at least there was a point they would kill the bulls or something like that. I'm like, if that's the case, then, you get what you deserve. Just don't mess with the bulls, man. Just don't. Just leave them alone. But she just gored up and she just put into a coma. Not a cloma. I don't know what the hell cloma is. It's the STD you get after watching this film. Made it up. But a coma. So the other guy, Benigno, you see flashbacks where he's a stalker. He's this creepy, weirdo stalker who keeps watching this lady, Alicia, watching her dance, watch her do this yoga type of stuff, dance stuff, and she barely knows him or wants nothing to do with him, but he keeps watching her and watch her, so then one day she gets into an accident and she gets into a coma. So it's these two guys who, there's two people they love in comas, and these guys kind of bond over that. And you see bits of Benigno washing her body, getting more and more intimate with it, and washing it more and more. And Marco is being told that, well, what she wanted to tell you is that me and her are getting back together. I forget the one guy's name. He's another matador. And then Benigno is washing her body and getting more and more intimate with it. And not a whole lot else is happening, and it's supposed to be these two people bonding, whether there's a sense of loneliness, or their sense of incompetence, or their sense of whatever the hell it is. But Benigno, you tell, is getting a bit more intimate with the coma patient. So it gets to a point in this damn film that won an Oscar for original screenplay. There's a silent film interlude where I want to cover my body in case the guy sees me and wants my body. Sorry, but well, actually no, because I'm not a coma patient, so maybe I'll be fine. Well, you're also a male. Well, still, I don't know with this guy, because with how weird he is, maybe he'll go for anybody. But again, I'm not in a coma, so I guess I'm safe. There's a silent film interlude in black and white where a guy gets put into a shrink ray and climbs up a woman's tits, and then he goes near a woman's vag, and they built a vag as big as a person, and the person puts his hand through it, and then person enters the vag, enters the pussy. Although I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure that's exactly what it looks like, but I guess they had an approximation of it. The guy walked into it. So yes, there's a scene where a guy in black and white silent film enters a woman's vag. Now, the reason for all this is you get the idea that Benigno, to this comatose woman. I'm going to cut ahead, spoilers, where Marco, he's on business and finds out that the girl he liked, Lydia, died during the coma. The other girl, Alicia, she's not getting, her certain things not circulating. That happens with women. Time of the month period, all that stuff. So, something going wrong. Oh, seems like she's pregnant. Why is she pregnant? They find out that Benigno falsifies some stuff, because they didn't find this out till a bit later. So, of course, they find out some more stuff, and he gets put into prison. And the only good thing to happen from this is when Alicia has the pregnancy, the baby, she wakes up from the coma. The baby becomes stillborn, but she's out of the coma. Because sometimes I guess that happens where a pregnancy, boom, someone comes out of a coma because of whatever reason you want to give into. But she awakes from it. And then I swear to God, the movie is trying to make us sympathize with the rapist. I know people could say, well, no, it's supposed to make... No. The fact even wants to make me think for a second that I'm supposed to sympathize with a guy that had sex with a comatose patient. I know. There is no rationale that you did try to think, movie. None. Zero. I don't care if the guy looks like if you took Anthony LaPaglia and you squished him. You took... if you ever seen So I Married an Expert, you see anything, look up Anthony LaPaglia. Just look up the actor. If you took him and you squished him a bit, that's what this guy looks like. And then, of course, foreign accent. I don't care how innocent he's supposed to look, face-wise. You had sex with a coma patient. A girl had wanted nothing to do with you, and that's an R to the A to the P to the E. I have to spell it out for you, because if anyone wants to have any kind of semblance of rationale to feel sorry for this girl, he's lonely. You take your hand, You put it around your thing, and you have fun. As many times as you want. Just make sure you drink some water. See, I'm punching myself with my glasses. Because have some water. Because you do that enough, you don't get dehydrated. Telling you. And a script that's trying to make me sympathize with a guy like this, that no wonder it won an Oscar. This is the same group that praised Roman Polanski, apologized for Woody Allen forever for all the crap he did. No wonder the Oscars love that stuff because most of them do that stuff. So Jacob's Ladder from 1990, which has a wonderful screenplay, wonderful movie. Bruce Joel Rubin did a wonderful job on that screenplay. That gets nothing. All the movies throughout the years that did nothing for the screenplays that you could name. They think, man, that had a great script. They did nothing. But this got an Oscar. And not like, oh, the four. No. Just best original screenplay. Give me a break. Why are you even attempting to try to have some kind of response where I'm supposed to feel sorry for a guy that screwed a comatose lady? Why? And a bunch of boring, drawn-out conversations that to me mean nothing because at the end of the day, you're two weirdo people. At least Marco's like, oh, we had a fling. It seemed like we're in love with each other. Man, I hope one day you just wake up. So the guy who didn't do the weird stuff, that lady dies, but I guess because the other guy, because he did the horrible stuff, she woke out of her coma. So could you say if he didn't do the weird stuff, she would not have lived? Maybe she would have died in her coma. I don't know. If it's trying to be like, do the horrible stuff justify those means? If that was going for, then maybe... I don't know. But the girl definitely didn't have a choice in that. Are you going to tell me that's what Benigno wanted all along? That he knew this would happen? He decided to do a horrible thing because he loved this girl and wanted to see her wake up, even though you don't know for certain if that's what would happen? Is that what he's trying to go for? If so, then maybe that'd give you a bit more food for thought, maybe. But it felt more, especially with how Marco is crying over his friend who hung himself in prison, and like being wistful in his dialogue at his gravesite. I'm like, it's still trying to really make me sympathize with the guy who did this. And it's like, well, also having the scene with the interlude where you enter the pussy, didn't really help matters if you're going for the other stuff I'm mentioning. Maybe having those silent, it doesn't really help the other rationale. And then at the end of the film, Marco's at this dance, watching this play. The other girl, Alicia, is behind him. They kind of smile for a bit. Then text goes, Marco and Alicia are together? I'm like, why? Just because there's nobody else left? Well, Lydia died in the coma, and the one guy hung himself, so sure, why not these two get together? What? What the hell are you trying to go for with that, Mr. Director? Mr. Pedro? I'm not going to vote for you, Pedro, sorry. I'll vote for the other guy. Give me a break, man. It was boring. It went off what felt like forever. It's very, very artsy-fartsy, with the way the dialogue seems very pedantic and just overlong and overdrawn. again, I'm not going to sympathize with this guy and what he did, so I don't feel a damn bit of sorry for him and what he did. The guy hung himself good. Deserves it. The sound film interlude just looked goofy and stupid and just... Really? This is what we're doing? Your friends don't be sad about his friend who assaulted a comatose patient who had no attraction towards him in the first place? And again, if it's supposed to be this, well, he had this hope of, because he loved this girl so much that if he did this, but he seemed surprised. He seemed almost as surprised as anybody else that she was pregnant. With his reaction, I think you would, Also, if that was the case, he knew, if he knew she would get pregnant, then he should have been like, oh, I better get the hell out of Dodge and not stay here for them to arrest me and go to jail. I'm like, oh shit, they don't find out sooner or later. I better say I'm going to quit and then look into, maybe with Marco. Is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Tell me if something happens. Here's my number. Or something like him having this plan and telling Marco, listen, I trust you. You're the only one I trust. There's something I gotta do. But so I don't think that was his plan, because he seemed just as surprised as everybody. If they tried to say in dialogue later, I don't know. I don't remember if they did, because I honestly, at a point, I went, it was like a blind haze. I'll admit, it got to a point it was a blind haze. I'm like, of course, these foreign directors want to do this weirdo. The weirdo stuff is what gets the awards, of course. I'm like, oh, not David Cronenberg, The Fly. That can't get much of anything, that remake, which is much better. When I'm saying weirdo, I mean, how about, Dead Alive, Peter Jackson, or Meet the Feebles? That's weird too. Give that some Oscars. I'd rather have that deserved than this. I don't know. It's not your taste. You're right. You're damn right. I'm fine with it. I'll review for a request for Alex. I appreciate the Alex. He's very generous. Thank you, man. But yeah, like, why am I supposed to sympathize with this guy? What are you going for, director? Director, what is your meaning? What is your purpose? What are you going for? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell the audience? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But it's funny. I had these thoughts, and I went on Letterboxd, and then I'm looking at reviews, and it's like, oh, people, 4 out of 5, general consensus. But I clicked on it, it's like half star, half star, half star, 1 star, half star, and they were saying the same thing I was saying. I'm like, this is weird. Weird kind of... It's like either 5 stars, 4.5, or half and 1 star. I'm that category. That's just me. And I was just flabbergasted. This is what won an Oscar for Best Screenplay. You tell me, what's a movie you thought should have won a screenplay? Best Oscar. I mean, the Oscars suck. Who cares? I know. But I don't know, man. It is what it is, I guess. I did not like this film at all. I thought it was absolutely BS. Didn't care about the characters. Marco, I thought, was just more kind of boring than anything. Benigno was a creepo stalker that I'm supposed to feel sorry for? No. When he hanged himself, good. You deserve it. The women, I mean... Lydia, we know she's a matador. She's afraid of snakes. The other girl, Alicia, we don't really know much about her other than this guy was peeping on her without her approval. And then most of the rest of the film, they were in a coma. It felt long. It didn't feel that properly paced. It felt like a guy smelling his own farts with this type of director. People are into that, that's fine. They ain't my cup of tea, I guess. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.